I will now take you through applying for a new regulatory instrument for a new premises, either one that you are establishing or one that you might be purchasing from another provider. Once you've come to the welcome page, you will see a button to log in. Click on this button, enter your username and password, and you will be taken into the online forms. Once you are in this area, you will see a list of forms that you may complete on the left-hand side of the screen. One of them is called Applying for a New Regulatory Instrument. If you click on this link, it will first give you a list of the legal entities that are currently listed against you as a user. Choose one of these legal entities for which you wish to make the new application. Once you've got into the form, the main option you need to choose is whether this is a sale and purchase scenario or whether you are establishing a new greenfield premises. If it is a sale and purchase scenario, you will need to give us some information on who your solicitor is so we can keep in touch with them as the sale and purchase proceeds. The next part of the form is adding premises information for those premises that you want to have certified. By clicking on the Add Premises button, you will get a new window popping up with a series of sections and fields for you to fill in on each of the premises that you wish to have certified. The first part of the form is about the name and the address of the premises. The address information is type ahead. You can type in the street address for the premises, and it is important that it is the street address, and the system will look up in the database and select the correct address. The next part of the form is the service types that are going to be provided at that premises. For example, hospital medical care, rest home care, etc. The next section looks at the various capacity information. The form will help guide you in which areas you do have to give us information on in terms of the number of beds. The next section has the clinical manager information. This information is required for aged care providers. There is also the ability to look up the Ministry's Health Practitioner Index system. If you enter in their HBI code and click the check button, it will search the database and bring up the information from the main Health Practitioner Index register. Otherwise, you can just enter in the data manually. There is also the ability to add a contact person for this premises. This could be a village manager or some other person who the Ministry could get in contact with, particularly in the event of an emergency. Finally, you will see a completion section. If you select Done, it will save the changes and return you to the main form. You will see the premises you have just entered listed under the premises section. You can choose to add another premises, or go back in and edit the one you have added, or you can even remove the one you have added. Once you've added all the premises information that you wish to have on the certificate, you can go to the declaration section. You can click that you agree to the declaration and submit the form. Once the form has been submitted, HealthCERT will assess the application, will contact you with any queries that we may have, and the audit case will be sent to your auditing agency for them to contact you and start the audit process. You will also be sent, if relevant, an invoice for the relevant application fee. Once you have made your application, or if you're unsure if the application has been made, you can go back to the welcome screen. This is where you first logged in, and you will see a link that says Your In Progress Regulatory Instruments. If you click on this link, you'll be able to see a list of all the regulatory instrument applications that you currently have in progress.